All right, just a month after Mardi Gras, New Orleans now is a ghost town as Louisiana surges into a coronavirus hotspot. The state's seeing a 30% increase of cases in one day and now facing a dire shortage of ventilators as hospital beds are expected to run out in a week. Here with more and an update is Louisiana GOP Senator Kennedy, John Kennedy. Senator Kennedy, what exactly do you need in terms of ventilators, and what did FEMA / the White House tell you when you requested it?
Well, like everyone else, Brian, we're catching hell. Adjusted for population, Louisiana's #2 in cases and #3 in deaths. We, like every other state, we need a lot of things. Primarily, we need more ICU nurses. Doctors just think they run the healthcare delivery system. It's nurses. #2, we need more ventilators. #3, we need our unemployment compensation system not to crash, because if people can't get money to buy food, they're going to go back to work, and that'll spread the virus. And as we were talking off the air, we could use a few prayers like everyone else as well.
Louisiana's got over 5,000 cases.
To answer your question, FEMA's.
Yeah.
I was just going to say, to answer your question, FEMA's, I think, doing the best it can. They're trying to. I've talked to them. I've talked to Pete, the administrator. I've talked to Tony, the regional administrator. They're trying to apportion the vents as fairly as they can. We've ordered new ones. We're building new ones. I'm not real happy that some of the vent manufacturers are price gouging, but we'll deal with that later.
I was listening to some governors talk, and they said they're competing with FEMA on the same ventilators. They said it's being like being on Craigslist, trying to bid against FEMA to try to get the same ventilators. When FEMA gets them, they're going to distribute them around. So are you finding that when you talk to your governor? Some.
I mean, look, it's hard for all the moving parts to be perfectly coordinated. I'm not going to criticize anybody. I think state government, local government, federal government, President Trump, everybody's doing the best they can. Ideally, it would be the preferred route to have one purchaser of the ventilators, the federal government. But I understand when governors wanting to be proactive want to go out on their own. We're using about 30% of our ventilators right now. It's not like we're out, but we worry, like everyone else does, about running out, because we don't want to have to make a decision, our healthcare professionals don't, of who lives and who dies. I think we'll beat this thing if everybody will respect what the scientists tell us. But that's why I mentioned our unemployment compensation program. If people can't pay their rent or buy food, they're going to go back to work, which means they're going to come out of quarantine, and that's why we need to get that money to people.
Absolutely, and they're already talking about a fourth rescue plan, and the president's saying, listen, the money's at 0%. I think we should have this big infrastructure bill. Are you ready to write another big check?
Well, number one, I'm not interested in any more of Speaker Pelosi's spending porn, or any other member of Congress for that matter. Number two, we just spent, with the leverage, $4 trillion. We ought to see if it works. Number three, with the leverage, we just spent $4 trillion. That's not Louisiana ditch water we're spending. That's taxpayer money. That's $4,000 billion. We have to pay it back. We borrowed it, and unless you were throwing the frisbee in the quad during Econ 101, deficits matter. So I think we need to slow down here and be mindful of what we're doing, and let's see if what we just did works. I think it will, if we can get the money out to people. The IRS has got to do its job, but our unemployment compensation programs have to do their job too.
Absolutely, Senator. You're doing a good job telling everyone Louisiana is the emerging hotspot. The numbers are only going to get more challenging, but you're not blaming. You want to just have everyone take action. So,
No.
Senator, thanks so much for being here.
No, I'm not blaming. I'm not blaming anybody. We're going to beat this thing, but we're going to have to do it together, and we're not going to do it just throwing money at it.
I hear you. Thanks so much, Senator. Appreciate it.
You bet.